So they placed me in the hole, and I stayed there for about a total of 5 months. They allow you to come out 1 hour a day, if you can imagine being in like a chicken coop. And of course, I couldn't sleep, and I was able to work up to about maybe 1,000, 1,500 push-ups every other day. That's the only way I can really put myself to sleep, is to do as many motivational exercises, calisthenic. That's the only way I can sleep. Other than that, I couldn't sleep at all. After 5 months of being in the hole, this place was very dark. It was cold. There was no sunlight. I witnessed guys throwing feces out of the cover slot, throwing urine at the officers. I mean, it just got to a point, and this was actually looking out of the cover hole where they feed you at. And it got to a point where the officers began to just ridicule me in every which way possible. They said, you this effing cop, you a scumbag, you a lowlife, you should be put away for life. And I kept repeatedly telling them, I said, listen, I'm in here for something I didn't do. They was like, yeah, well, all the inmates come in here and they never done anything wrong. I said, well, I don't know about all the other inmates, but I'm just telling you that I haven't done anything wrong. And of course, every single day, they kept just messing with me in every form of fashion. And lo and behold, there was an emergency button inside the cell. And I began to push the emergency button every chance I could get. And they kept telling me, inmate Hicks, you need to stop pushing the emergency button. I said, come in here and make me stop. At this point, I'm ready to lose my life. I'm ready to fight with every last one of them if I have to. Because number one, I was there for something I have never done in my entire life. They treated me like I was the lowest scum on the face of this earth. And I'm saying to myself, how can this be when, I've got out there and put my life out on the line to help other individuals. I just think it was just totally morally wrong, totally unethical, totally unprofessional how they treated me, and not knowing the truth surrounding what happened. I think it should be mandated that every man or woman who has control over other individuals who come in the system, their job is not to ridicule or degrade these individuals, but inspire them and tell them why you keep coming in the system. The recidivism rate going to continue to go up if you don't take pride in who you are and identify who you are. And I think that these officers should go through different types of training and let them know that, listen, you don't treat a person like this here just because they're arrested and detained. And lo and behold, the captain ordered for them to bring me to him so we could talk about the issues. There were times that I didn't even eat. I didn't eat because I felt like they were spitting my food. So, of course, if it was something that that was mixed up together, I was not going to eat. And the captain requested I come to him, so they came to my cell. I put my hand through the cover slot where they feed you. They handcuffed me. They came into the cell, put shackles on me, and they escorted me to his office. Captain Fernandez, which I'll never forget the longest day I lived, from FDC Miami, was the only man that treated me with more respect and treated me like I was a human being. And he says, Hicks, why are you getting at it with my officer? So I began to tell him everything that transpired, my situation. And I said, sir, I've been here for so long, I haven't even talked to my family. Can you afford me the opportunity to talk to my wife and kids and let them know what's going on? And he says, I can do that for you. I'll give you a phone call. And he gave me the phone call, and later they placed me out in general population, basically, which is a death threat to an officer. And I'll never forget it the longest day I lived. As soon as I walked into the unit in general population 7 West at the Federal Detention Center in Miami, there's like 122 inmates, I'm assuming. There's a top tier, lower tier, and as soon as I walked through the door, you can hear the whole unit saying, that's that cop, that's that cop, that's that cop. And here comes this guy, 6'4", 270 pounds, comes over to me after he saw my picture parade over the newscast. You that effing cop. I said, listen, man, you don't even know me. Get the freak out of my face. He said, I said, you got a problem with me? And at that particular time, this inmate who knew me from the second floor, they call him Blind, but his name was Maurice. He said, man, trust me, you got a fight on your hand now. He's gonna thump. This is what he said. And the guy said, F him, he's an effing cop, and this, and they said all kind of explicit things. So I went on to my room to keep myself from getting in trouble going back to the shoe, and placed my bedroll down on the bunk. And as soon as I got ready to exit the cell, there he is standing outside my door. So I told him, I said, you're a freaking coward, man. I said, if you want to do something, we can go in the room and handle this like, man, we ain't got to sit here and talk about it. Let's go in here and take care of it. Well, him and I, we agreed when we went in the room, and I literally tried to beat him to death. And after beating him to beyond recognition, of course, the guys, they covered the door to make sure that the officers couldn't see what was going on. And when I walked out, you know, they started calling me Big Homie. This is the name that they gave me in the system. And I began to go back to my room and ask God why. As a matter of fact, there was a gentleman by the name of CB. And of course, he was with the Doughboys down in Miami. He was my roommate. And he was actually the one that gave me the name Big Homie. And he gave me a lid from a sardine can. And he said, Big Homie, you may need this here, man, you know. So I took that lid, and that same guy who I had a fight with, he was sitting at the table. And one mind told me to go to him and split his throat to let him know, why would you even come at me like this when you don't even know me? Another inmate who knew me from when I was a deputy, he said, come on, Hicks, man, don't do this. And the guy realized what was going on, so he went to the officer, and the officer moved him off the floor. I went back to my room, and I began to ask God why.